Blake, it's nice to see the days are getting longer as we move through January.
Oh, by far. We're now almost a month past the winter solstice, Juliet, and we are starting to see daylight pick up ever so surely each and every day here in January. It was nice to see a little bit of sun today as well, here and there. By far, for this time of year, it was a quiet Wednesday here at home, but things will start to change by the end of this evening with our next round of snow. But again, today for the most part was quiet. We're on the last sliver of daylight now. Sunset was about 40 minutes ago here in Grand Rapids, 5:33 to be exact, but I want to point something out. This is a look at our sunset tracker over the coming weeks. In 3 weeks, February 5th, that sunset time will be past 6 in the evening. So baby steps there in terms of daylight. In the way of sunrise, the sunrise time will actually be before 8 in the morning by the end of the month. All right, let's get to weather. 13 weather balls blinking red with some warmer temperatures ahead. We will be back into the 30s tomorrow, but we have snow in sight. Temperatures today reached the lower to middle 20s, still a below average day for mid-January standards, but a bit warmer than yesterday. Now, having said that, it's a bit breezy outside, and that's making it feel like the teens and even into the single digits. So the actual temperature a little misleading when you factor in the wind, and that will continue through tonight. Temperatures will fall into the teens this evening, upper teens, and then we actually climb through the 20s after midnight all the way into the lower to middle 30s by tomorrow afternoon. But again, a little bit on the misleading side because we're going to have a stout wind out of the south and west through tonight, then turning back to the north and west tomorrow afternoon and evening, so that'll continue to make it feel much colder than what the thermometer reads. Big picture shows our incoming weather maker. It is not impressive when you look at satellite and radar right now. Some snow across Minnesota, Wisconsin, the western half of the UP. But what will happen tonight is that we'll get a boost off of Lake Michigan with that south and west wind, and that will allow for some heavier bursts of snow for our lakeshore counties. Hour by hour forecast, here it is. By 10:11 this evening, snow will flare up. This will continue through the nighttime hours into the daybreak hours of tomorrow. So for those that are west of US 131, where those heavier pockets of snow will reside, I do think it'll be a little bit of a trickier morning commute here and there. But as tomorrow goes on, we expect the snow shower coverage to diminish to the point where we'll have some spotty lake effect snow showers in the evening tomorrow off that northwest wind. This will come to an end tomorrow night. We actually have a quiet Friday from start to finish. In terms of snowfall, broad 1 to 4 inches west of US 131 for our lakeshore communities. I do have a feeling that you might be on the higher end of that 1 to 4 inch range with that boost off of Lake Michigan. The amounts are pretty meager east of US 131, maybe around an inch or so. But again, the focus of this forecast really turns into an Arctic air mass. This air mass does originate from the Arctic all the way back to Siberia, and that's what's going to entrench much of the United States late this weekend into early next week. And by Arctic air, we're talking temperatures in the middle 30s Friday, even Saturday, free falling into the single digits. That's the actual high temperature Monday and Tuesday as of now in our forecast, with nighttime lows possibly well below zero away from the lakeshore. And we don't see this type of air mass every given winter. In fact, the last time Grand Rapids had a high temperature that didn't exceed the single digits, you got to go back to late January of 2019, so nearly 6 years ago. And for back-to-back days in terms of single-digit highs here in Grand Rapids, it's only happened twice since 1996. In 96 and then again in 2019. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the 30s, some morning snow, and then that will diminish as the day goes on with just some light lake effect snow in the afternoon and evening. But again, at the lakeshore tonight and tomorrow, upwards of 1 to 4 inches of snow and somewhat of a dicier morning commute in certain spots. 13 on your side, 7-day forecast. Friday, not a bad day. Quiet day, and then we start to see those numbers fall off as the weekend goes on. Of course, that will mean lake effect snow, and the true core of the cold air comes in Monday and the Tuesday. Daytime highs only in the single digits.